What's up, guys? Welcome to Eric Noltowski Art. I am Eric Noltowski. Welcome to my humble abode, my office. Welcome. I want to just do a little quick video today, tell you what's going on, tell you what I've been working on, and do some talk about some art. Talk about tips for the beginning artist. So yeah, first things first. Check it out. I just did this little sketch cover, Inktober, for a gentleman. It's Colossus. So I just did this. Go to my Instagram and you can see a cool time lapse that I did of this. And yeah, so there's that Inktober book. I totally sold out of these on the Shadow Century campaign, so these are gone. But I do have a few of the sketch covers left. So, but someone talked to me about it, and since I have some of the sketch covers, yeah, if you're interested in it and you can't get it, let me know. I have some sketch covers. Also, I need to mail this out this week. This is Cogent from last Friday's Fan Art Friday stream that I did of Cogent. So there's that. So that will be going out this week. Maybe today. Not today, tomorrow. As soon as humanly possible. And then I've been working on these two pages kind of simultaneously. This one I got as much done as I could yesterday. This is page 52 of the Shadow Century. And if you're unfamiliar, get some better light on here. Shadow Century is my creator-owned comic book that is currently in demand on Indiegogo. Check it out. Link is in the description. Roscoe, what's up, man? I just threw up the Cogent sketch. I don't know if you saw that. But bam! So I'll be mailing this out as soon as I can. Get that out for you. But yeah, there you go. Yeah. And then I am 95% of the way done with page 51, and I just got to finish the background of the last panel there. So kind of give you an idea of that. So then 2 more pages to go. I've gotten started on the roughs, and so hopefully by next week I will be done penciling and inking on Shadow Century Book 1. So that would be awesome. And yeah, so that is it as far as that. Mr. Incredible. But yeah, but I did want to do some drawing. So let me turn my camera around. I want to talk about some basics of drawing. All right. So I think it was last week I mentioned I met a young artist by the name of Brianna, and met her at the show that I did. So I want to just do some quick thoughts on beginning art. Now, art is very, it can be very abstract, or it can be very, objective. So let me find a Sharpie. I'm gonna use a Sharpie. Get my other marker here. Make sure you guys can see this. So sometimes when it comes to, yes, that's right, only 2 more pages. That's so crazy. I'm so excited. I know, man. I am too. So I've got 2 colorists working on the pages right now to get those colors done ASAP. And then half of the book is already lettered, and Eric Weathers is ready to go on the rest of it. So I just have to do edits and then send it to him to get the rest lettered. So it should be going pretty quick from here on out. So that's really, really exciting. So again, that is Shadow Century. Link is in the description if you want to check it out. It's my creator-owned book. It is ready to hit the press almost. So if you want to get in on it, do it. I'm probably going to close out the campaign by the end of the year at least, maybe sooner. But check it out. All right. So anyway, artwork. I'm an artist. People like to do artwork. Don't overthink artwork, because it can be a little more simple than you think. Or try to work around, if you're having an issue drawing something, I always like to start with the face because faces are kind of difficult and tough. But if you break it down into simple objects, it can be a little easier. So have your head as an oval, right? Cut it in half, half, half. So you cut the half in half, and then you cut that half in half, and then you have the breakdown of a face. So your eyes go here, nose goes here, and a little mouth right there. And you have a little face. Look at that. That wasn't too hard. It kind of looks like One Punch Man. He doesn't have a lot going on. He's just a little egghead dude, and that's pretty much it. There you go. Give him some pupils. It's One Punch Man. What? Very simple. So, and so I did this little breakdown, and I gave it to Brianna at the show, just to show her, like, breaking down the head. A lot of beginning artists, what we do is we look at pictures and then we draw what we see. The end goal, though, is to stupid fruit flies. The end goal is to get this stuff ingrained in your head, so that way you can draw from memory, and you can draw, if I'm just going to start drawing an upward shot of a head, I have all the information I need, and it's like, okay, the nose is in the middle, his eyes are going to be up here, his mouth somewhere right here, his hair, woo, ears at the sides, he's kind of looking up, and obviously it's rough, but you get the idea. So it makes drawing stuff simpler when you have all the building blocks. And that's the hard part. That's where you have to learn, you have to read, study, look at stuff, draw over and over and over. And eventually this stuff becomes part of your memory and your muscle memory. So that way it becomes a lot easier. It takes time, it takes practice. So, but the key is practice, practice, practice. So let's say you have trouble drawing an oval. Roscoe, here's what you could do. Draw a square, and then put this oval inside of the square. So sometimes it's kind of like thinking out of the box. So there you go. Now, obviously, if you're going to draw it with a Sharpie, you can't mess up as much. But if you use a pencil, you can erase and make it look nice, right? So, but there you go. Now you have an oval. If I want to make this oval into a side shot of a head, severe alert, state of California. New public health stay-at-home order in your area. COVID-19 is spreading rapidly. Stay home except for essential activity. Wear a mask. Keep your distance. Blah, blah, blah. Wow, I just got a message on my phone. What do you know? So here you go. So I'm going to draw a side shot of a head. So I'm going to draw, okay, this. So when you're looking at the side of a head, it becomes bigger. It's no longer an oval. When you're looking at the front, it's an oval. So if I'm going to do a side shot, I'm going to take another oval and draw it around in this area. Cut that kind of in half. There's an earlobe. All right. Now, here's where my eye is going to go. It's kind of like you could draw like sunglasses, right? And that's where I know my eye is going to be. Okay. There's a little indentation, the bridge of the nose where it cuts in. Going to draw my nose. Bada boom. Draw some lips. Draw the jaw. Other part of the jaw. And then throw in some hair. So there's some really great books for beginning stuff like this. How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way is one of my favorite. It breaks down all this stuff for drawing the head for women and men. So, you could do slight differences, make it look more feminine, etc. But this stuff you need to know. This is like the basics. You have to have this stuff ingrained in your head if you're going to draw, a head a different angles and stuff. And I still mess up. There's when I drew this on the 11 by 17 and I blew it up, his eyes were all jacked up. They weren't looking quite right. So I'm gonna have to fix that in Photoshop. But you know, I still mess up too. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Again, just practice. And Roscoe, that's actually super helpful. I enjoy drawing, but always struggle with it. My mom and sister are great at it, but I'm better with music. All comes down to practice. Exactly. So yeah, it's kind of like sometimes you have to get your head out of the mode of like, oh, I screwed up. Like, you know, like if you could think of a way around it, it's kind of like problem solving sometimes. Like if I'm going to draw, okay, here's like just a rectangle, right? You know, I could take this rectangle and make it into a side shot of an arm. There's a hand, or like a fist. So it's kind of, a lot of it is like building blocks. If you can understand like the building blocks of it, you could draw anything, you know. The muscle. So, you know, some of it is like knowing anatomy, knowing sizes and things like that. But I like the books that really break it down into like shapes and things. Nighthawk Warrior joins us. What's up, Nighthawk? How's it going, man? Again, there's a lot of books. George Bridgman, but How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way kind of gives you the whole breakdown of the body as far as sizes go. I have all this stuff ingrained in my head so that way I know like where things line up. I know the pectoral muscles are almost like a head high, and I know that the shoulders end at the same line as the pectoral muscles. I know that the waist here, where the kind of comes in from your lats and it hits your waist, this is about where your biceps stop. Okay. So all these measurements are kind of like in my head, right? I know if I go from like the shoulders and I draw like a V downward, this is going to be about where the crotch is, maybe a little lower. Okay. So you got the hips, legs, knees. The hands should be starting around here. All right. So some of this stuff, you know, again, is learning. You know, you have to learn this stuff, but don't be afraid to mess up. You know, practice. Just keep drawing it until you get it. Faces are super hard, as Nighthawk will tell you, but keep drawing. Don't be afraid to mess up. If you make one little mistake, don't sweat it. Also, you know, drawing with a pencil underneath. My friend Brianna, she was showing me her drawings. A lot of them look like they were drawn with Sharpie. So I don't know. They do sell blue lead, and so I draw in blue lead underneath of some of my drawings, and then it helps me have like a guide to go over. And so if I mess up, it's okay, or just use a pencil and then erase it underneath. So don't start with Sharpie. Do it, you know, let that be if you're going to do inking, you know, do that at the last stage, because that's when you're putting down your final lines and all that. So have a sketchbook. Sketch. Again, pencil is very forgiving. You can erase and you can mess up, and that's okay. And I would say, honestly, draw, if you're gonna, especially if you kind of like the comic book art stuff, there's all, you know, there's anime, there's all different kinds, there's more realistic stuff. If you're gonna start realistic, it's probably like harder. I would start more like comic cartoony and then try and get more realistic. because your stuff's going to be exaggerated. It's not going to be perfect. If you're trying to get that realistic look, again, start with the basic building blocks. You want to break it down to its simplest form and then work up from there. So like, if I'm going to draw an eyeball, here's a circle. Okay, the folds of the eye go around it. Okay, there's your little tear duct, and then you have the folds of your eyelids around. Okay, so you can draw those. Here's your eyebrow. But I mean, at its simplest form, the eyeball is just a circle, right? So again, the iris and the pupil, circles, right? And then draw a little highlight. So some of this might be from looking in a mirror, or just, again, checking out a book, copying what you see, but then try and do it on your own. Okay, so I know all this information, but every time I draw, if I'm drawing a comic, I'm not doing all this every single time, because it's, again, I have all that basic stuff. I have that basic knowledge. So then it becomes, okay, now I just need to draw it in this angle or whatever. So anywho, I think that's what I wanted to get across today on this simple drawing basics stream. So I hope it was helpful to you. I want to do more of these. As an artist, I love helping out other artists and making it more simple, or just helping you through some of those things that are difficult. So if you have any questions, throw them out at me. I can use them next stream and just kind of go over some things. But yeah, hope you guys had fun, and I look forward to seeing you on Friday. Friday is Fan Art Friday. I will draw something new for a fan. Just be the first to comment with what you want me to draw, and I will draw it. You will get it. I just ask that you pay shipping, and it's awesome. We're good. So anyway, guys, today was a short stream. I got to get ink, and I'm almost done, page 51 and 52. I'll throw those up again real quick. Nighthawk, I don't think you saw them. So yesterday, I started inking this page, kind of all over the place, finished the bottom. Now I got to do some backgrounds and stuff. And then page 51. See that again? This guy, I'm doing his eyes. I feel like his eyes are not working for me, so I might have to tweak them in Photoshop. They look okay, but I feel like they could be looking a little better in the direction I want. Anywho, you guys are like, you're crazy, whatever, that looks fine, but that's just me. So I got to finish this panel down here, and then page 51 is done, and then 2 more pages, and I'm done with book 1. So there you go, folks. Thank you, guys. Please check out my book, Shadow Sentry. Link is in the description. You guys are awesome. I will see you Friday. Thanks for sharing the stream out. I appreciate it. And again, if you guys have any questions, leave a comment in the comment section right now or after the video is over, and I will get to any questions you might have about drawing and art and all that good stuff. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for being there. Please like and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see y'all on the flip side. Peace.